My topic for this summer film intensive in Kodiak is about elders' views on climate change. Each elder has a different view on climate change depending on where and when they lived. They gave me new insight on climate from a different time and place. Over the years, the climate has begun to change at an increased rate from which they had told me from the time in the places they had stayed. This information has given a brief but an informative background on previous climate conditions, and I advise that researchers take some time to learn from them.
Yes, there's some climate change. Yeah. But during winter, it's different. But during summer and fall, it's different.
Kodiak? Oh yeah, I was in Glen Allen for 4 years before we came here. 50 to 70 below zero during the winter.
Well, I think it has changed. I think it is warmer now than it was years ago.
And the winters were so cold, severe, and heavy snow. Even if we were young, in the area that's above the road, there was a bluff, and it went across the road. And that thing could be filled with 12, 13 feet of snow. And you had to find the shallowest place and dig your way across just to make it to school.
I didn't really notice it back then. No, I didn't notice it. I've noticed it here in the last few years, because I've noticed that our winters tend, the way I see it is the seasons are sort of shifting, is the way that it appears to me.
Different because the weather in the Philippines is different from here. In the Philippines, climate is just hot and cold, rainy and sunshiny. But here we have 4 seasons in here. So I had to do some adjustments. But it was good. I like it.
This past year, we didn't have much of a winter. In the 70s, we got a lot of snow. Lots of snow.
At first, when they came out with the global warming, I thought, what a bunch of malarkey.
Well, I don't know what it's like now. Seward was much colder than Kodiak.
It appears to me that it stays warmer longer in the fall, and it takes longer to warm up in the spring. It just feels to me like it's shifting. I've noticed that we've had nicer summers here than we've had when we first got here. We had a really nice summer the first year, and then it kind of went downhill from there for quite a few years. And then I think it's been off and on. I think it gets a little warmer here than it used to.
It's warmed up so much. It's unbelievable. And that I feel sorry for the polar bears up north, because the ice packs and stuff, they're melting, and the bears can't get out there to get their feed, food to seals and what have you. And if they're stuck on shore, it's tough.
In the spring, it'd be 50 like today, and if it hits 60, it'd be really warm like it is now, and in the 70s, for us, it's really warm.
But the more I watch National Geographic and all these things that are going on in different places, I'm beginning to believe that's what's happening.
New Hampshire gets really cold winters, and they used to. They're still getting them, but they've changed a bit. Anchorage was really cold.
The climate has changed so much that there's times Kodiak, we're lucky if we get a few snowfalls. Or there's been a year we never got any. Well, even last year was mild. We had rain and, wind. But these things have changed since we were kids. They don't have to experience this stuff anymore.